Section 1.5.1, in preparing for an emergency, this is their own checklist right here. It is the WHO checklist for influenza pandemic preparedness planning. Let me read it to you and let you grasp it for a second. During a pandemic, and we're in a pandemic, it may be necessary to overrule existing legislation or individual human rights. And individual human rights, folks, is what humanity stands on. Because if you're not free, I'm not free, we're not free. Understand it. Examples are the enforcement of quarantine. In other words, overruling individual freedom of movement. The use of privately owned buildings for hospitals. That means we want your house, we want your business, we're taking it. Off-license use of drugs. That means drugs you have to take and they don't have to work. And you can't do jack about it after the fact. That's what that means. Next one, compulsory vaccination or implementation of emergency shifts in essential services. Did you just hear that? Compulsory vaccination. You don't have a choice. Shot in your arm. No doubt about it. And then it says these decisions need a legal framework to ensure transparent assessment and justification of the measures that are being considered and to ensure coherence with the international legislation and international health regulations. World government. No more sovereignty. Go ahead.
Jason, I encourage people, when we look at martial law and the things that have been going on, all we have to do is look in our local colleges or our local police officers' badges, and we see the gold fringe flag. And I know a lot of people poo-poo on USC Code 4 and the gold fringe on the flag, but it's just another sign that that's what's going on out there.
How about the military turning the flag around to the other side? They didn't go upside down, which they should have, because this nation truly is in distress. But the symbolism's disgusting too, my friend. I thank you for the call. Angel in Pennsylvania. Angel, you're on the air. Yes, Angel.
Hello?
Yes.
Hey, what's up, Jason? Hey, I just wanted to relay an experience I had in my class today. I downloaded the podcast of Alex Jones. And when you and him have both been saying, we're going to go to level 6, we're going to go to level 6 is going to happen, and what entails when we do go to level 6. So basically, I had a presentation I did in my class about politics and things like that. So I played a short clip of Alex's show where he said, we're going to go to level 6, martial law, all these things are going to happen. Everybody couldn't believe that was from months ago. and I'm telling them, no, he's been saying this for a long time. Yeah, it was declared today, but this has been happening. He has been talking about this. And I said, he doesn't have some crystal ball. This is all evidence right in our face, but nobody wants to wake up. Nobody wants to face it. Everybody's going about their everyday lives now worrying about anything. And I'm telling them, we got to wake up.
Yeah, no, exactly. We knew they were going to go to level 6 because they kept prepping us for it. Again, they beta tested everything in this pandemic, and I thank you for the call. They quarantine people in certain areas of the world. They let those quarantines up before the quota. They tried to hype deaths up in the United States, but most people weren't buying into it. Remember, the first few were total lies. They said, this 2-year-old boy from Mexico was the first death in the United States due to swine flu. Turns out he had chronic illnesses throughout his entire life. He wasn't even a U.S. citizen. Originally, they said the pig flu came from Mexico, and then they said the first pigs that they found with it were in Canada. And then you have this witch from the CFR on the Colbert Report, okay, and she's the author of the Newsweek article about the swine flu with the little piggy coming out of the cell, and it's going to give us all swine flu. We're all in big trouble. She comes on Colbert, and she says that the swine flu originated in the United States. Take that, Lou Dobbs, trying to insinuate that Lou Dobbs is a racist. Then she mentions that the Indonesian health minister thinks that it was born out of a lab, and there's plenty of evidence to back that up. I mean, we have some of the leading scientists saying, well, that would be a pretty easy explanation for it. But in the United States, if you say that, you also have to say it got out accidentally. Just an accidental release. Oh, that would explain a lot, but it would have to be an accidental release. There'd be no way they could do that. And then she says, they think that the government did it, or the Jews. And then we get into more Holocaust, 9/11 truth associations with this latest shooting. It's disgusting. Eric in Illinois. Eric, you're on the line. Yes, sir.
Yes. Jason.
Yes.
Hey, I wanted to bring up the FEMA pastors and the Romans chapter 13. To think that this government can use the Bible to turn around and validate and justify their government through Romans chapter 13 is almost insane. Romans chapter 13 deals with the government of the church through apostles, prophets, teachers, pastors, and evangelists, the fivefold ministry. It has nothing to do with secular government. And people out there, when the government starts to use the Bible to validate themselves. They're placing themselves up as God, and you need to be aware of that.
I agree. And the way they've propped up Obama, I mean, they have never, ever, ever, ever in the history of the presidency of the United States propped somebody up in the manner they have propped up Obama. Again, never in history have we seen plaques of presidents in mainline stores. Never in history have we seen literal posters of presidents in stores. The only time that you would see a pro-president T-shirt is if they were running at the time. In other words, it was an election year. You would never see them in the latest hip-hop shops. You would never see them with rhinestones on hats. You would never see, literally people saying, this is the president of the world. He's kind of like a god. He's a messiah. And we've got dozens of political pundits, political leaders, evangelists saying this. And I agree with you, sir. I'm not that religious, but the way that they're propping up government as God and Obama as its herald is quite deplorable. I thank you for the call.
I want to say something else.
All right, go ahead, Eric.
He's not the Antichrist. He's not here yet. But I want to say this. Kudos from Prophet Eric to you and Alex Jones, Eric Seal with Apostle Center, and kudos from Apostle Joanne Kramer from Apostle Center. You guys keep up the good work, and people get the money out there. Because these days are going to be bad.
All right, I thank you so much. And again, folks, the number to give is 888-201-2244. That's 888-201-2244. Or go to InfowarsMoneyBomb.com right now. That's InfowarsMoneyBomb.com right now. It's a late night right now. I mean, on the East Coast, it's almost 1 a.m. You're thinking about going to drive out to that 24-hour McDonald's and get a couple double cheeseburgers. Give us the $2. We'll use it better. It'll be better for your body, really. We'll give you better information than McDonald's or Wendy's or Jack in the Box. We're not asking for much. Again, if you can't give, get a PrisonPlanet.tv membership. Download all the videos. Burn them to disk. Wake your friends and family up. Now is the time. 888-201-2244 to give the Money Bomb right now. We'll be back after this.
Final segment straight ahead as we go after Soros. Come on, baby. InfowarsMoneyBomb.com. Kick their ass. We're going to audit the Fed. Yeah.